Hello and welcome back to TechnoSage YouTube channel. So we got some interesting news coming directly from AMD. First of all, it's a bad news, but the second of all, it's a good news for AMD user. So starting from the bad news, if you have currently a Radeon graphics card and you have the latest AMD Adrenaline software installed on it, just go into DDU and uninstall it and roll back to the previous version because there is an issue which has been popped up on AMD's GPU as there is a fan problem with the driver update. 0 RPM feature could cause GPU temperatures to rise unexpectedly. What is happening is when the 0 RPM mode is enabled, essentially what it's supposed to do is when your GPU is doing light task or no task at all, it should turn off the GPU fan so it does it doesn't draw any power. But as the graphics card relies solely on its heatsink for passive cooling, provided the temperature remains within the safe range. But once the temperature exceeds a critical threshold or point, it essentially does it turns out the fan automatically to keep the temperature in check. But in the latest Adrenaline software, which is 26.5.1 driver, it's a scenario where the 0 RPM mode when activated, as usual, when the monitor goes to sleep or when it's turned off, upon resuming the sleep function, the 0 RPM mode remains active so the graphics card cooling fan stays off. This issue poses a significant risk as you may unknowingly begin gaming and on demand and upon demanding tasks while the cooling fan remains idle, preventing proper heat dissipation, and in turn it will damage the GPU core. AMD also acknowledged it and they said 0 RPM. It's happened on Reddit at this current point of time, and there's still no fix. So a bug report has been filed. A big bug report has been filed, but we still don't know whether maybe we will get a hot fix soon, or maybe it will happen later down the line with the new software update, which might happen in few months. So if to keep it safe, just go and roll back using DDU and roll back your graphics driver to the previous version. Speaking of bad news, Nvidia has passed another $300 per dollar hit to RTX 5090 board partners as VRAM shortage pushes flagship GPU towards 5,000 bucks, which is insanity. This graphics card RTX 5090 was already pretty damn expensive, and now they're already pushing it, and they will be getting higher in price point upwards of 5,000 bucks, which is significantly increased as Nvidia confirms significant price increase for RTX 5090 and 5090D version 2 with the surge in memory component cost. Nvidia implement a $300 price hike and it will be affected from May 13th. So it has already been affected, and if you want to buy it, you will need to buy it at 5,000 bucks, close to 5,000 bucks, which is bad. And lastly, speaking of good news, or speaking of all the bad news, we have some good news, which is comes from Jack Huang. And basically, AMD had finally done it. AMD had gone with the community, and they had finally implemented the one thing which we all wanted for a very long time. Yes, you heard it right. FSR 4.1 is coming to RDNA 3. As Jacqueline Post says, as a lifelong gamer, I spent a lot of time thinking about how to push gaming experience forward using CPUs, GPUs, software, and games. My team and I have been working hard to evolve FSR4 and bring it to more cards. We power 1 billion gaming devices worldwide. It's a responsibility we care deeply about. This July, RDNA 3 players FSR upscaling 4.1, delivering sharp visuals and smoother gameplay than ever before. I'm grateful to our fans. Your enthusiasm and idea inspire us to keep pushing gaming forward. FSR 4.1 on RDNA 3 will be ready out of box for Radeon 7000 series players in over 300 supported games at launch, and for our RDNA 2 player, which is huge. It's coming to RDNA 2 also. We have something exciting coming in early 2027. FSR's upscaling 4.1 will be coming to your cards as well, bringing sharper visual, smoother gameplay, to even more gamers. The reason behind it was FSR Redstone or FSR 4.1 upscaling. Uh, it supported FP8 compute, but we already knew AMD was working on Intel version as they accidentally leaked the source code on GitHub where people found out about the Intel version. Community made a tool for out of it, which shows a significant dropout, like not significant, but 6 to 8% drop in performance for when compared to FSR 4 when using FSR 4 on RDNA 2 and RDNA 3 graphics card. But AMD was quiet about it and AMD never said anything. And finally, AMD has gone off with the community demand, and that's why we want customers as they can push the company to do things which is better, and it is better for all of us as they had finally given up and they had implemented the Intel version, the official Intel version of RDNA 4.1 upscaling on their RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 graphics card. It doesn't use FP8 as an RDNA 2 graphics card doesn't comes with FP8 compute hardware. It only comes with integer value Intel, and they had to make all the models available Intel version. And the thing is, FSR 4, it's just FSR 4.1. It doesn't comes with frame generation and everything else, which Redstone comes with. It only comes with FSR 4.1 upscaling, but it's also incredibly good as this just shows that if community wants it, game if gaming community wants it, companies needs to implement it at the end. Company needs to implement it, which is a significant win. And yeah, there are discourse about it going on, which says that AMD should have implemented it way long before this. But a win is a win, I will say about it. As if you criticize the company, they might not in the future implement any other good technologies for this old graphics card. So this is a huge W for us, and we should take it in that way. But yeah, that's it from me today. What do you think about the news? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.